Check one. There we go. Greetings and salutations, friends. Sorry, this is what happens when you mess with settings after the show begins. Check one. Looks good. Okay. So, greetings and salutations, friends. Welcome back to Truthseekers. Today, listen, just when I thought I had heard the most ridiculous nonsense I could ever hear in conspiracy land, I heard one better. Uh, Today we're going to be talking about Mr. Simon Parks. You know, the guy that has sex with cat queen aliens that suddenly decided he was an expert on that letter of the alphabet conspiracy theory nonsense and has been pushing it ever since. And isn't it convenient that people forget about his history and some of the ridiculous claims he made, like having a Draco reptilian father and an insectoid alien mom? But that's his alien adopted mom. And she comes along and takes him up to spaceships. And he's not sure how it works. This is the level of ridiculousness that these people following this letter of the alphabet they're just okay with him talking about having a Draco reptilian dad, and an insectoid mom and having sex with a cat queen alien. Before he was an expert on geopolitics and the United States and the DS and the shadow government. It's crazy. He gets a pass because he's delivering those hopium shots that we all want. So just let's not talk about how he used to fuck a cat queen alien. But it gets better. For years, friends, I have heard rumors about sexual things and problems that Mr. Parks has had with women. Now, to be fair, I did a search recently for any court documents involving Mr. Parks. And near as I could tell, none of these women went to the police or pressed charges against him. But the rumors, the speculations, and the allegations are still there, well established within the so-called UFO or alien community, that there have been people saying things. And that may be because he does things like offer hypnotic regression therapies for people, wherein a female would travel to where he is, rent a hotel room, and then he hangs out with that woman in the hotel room, doing regression therapy and other less than scrupulous services for money. Yeah, maybe that could be the source of some of his problems. After all, I don't know. Listen, I equate it like this. I'm a married man. Would I ever, as a married man, go hang out with some woman from out of town at a hotel room? Not if I wanted to keep breathing, I wouldn't, but maybe that's just my marriage. I don't know. So first, we're going to share something. First, we're going to share. I want to share this for the benefit of. I had two people message me saying, "I don't care what he used to talk about before. He's been right about all this letter of the nonsense stuff." That was a few months ago. Now some of those people are getting back to me going, "Yeah, maybe he wasn't right about this letter of the alphabet." Of course he wasn't, because none of that shit happened, and none of it ever will. But for the education and benefit of those, letter of the alphabet conspiracy followers that just love Mr. Parks and his hopium injections, I want to play a video and we could talk about some of the things that he used to claim before he was an expert in American politics and the CIA and everything else. Yeah, so we're going to play our fair use banner here. We're going to find our fair use banner here. I know it's here. There we go. And we're going to say this is a transformative work. We're educating the public and we're critiquing the video, which we're about to share. We're educating the public about Mr. Parks, former alien guy, later conspiracy letter of the alphabet guy, now just a general laughing stock. Honestly, watching the social media sort of swell of disapproval, or condemnation of him now, having sold this garbage for so long, and none of it happened, is, friends, it gives me comfort, because now I know there's got to be some kind of balance. I've watched this guy collecting money and a huge following over the last few years based on this garbage. And it appears now that balance will be restored, because people are waking up and going, none of this shit you talked about for 2 years, none of it happened. Mr. Parks, we don't believe you now, because now he's pushing whole new levels of crazy. Wait another 30 days, right? They're all saying that. David Wilcock, him. Oh no, it's going to be another month, and then big things are going to happen. Kick the can down the line. Try to see if you can get another month of donations out of stupid people for this hopium garbage letter of the alphabet bullshit. That's what it all was. It was all just bullshit. So, but like I said, I'm gonna share my screen. We are going to talk about some of the things that Simon Parks used to tell people before he told people all about this letter of the alphabet conspiracy, right? Yeah. And this is the first time I'm trying to share something from this site, so hopefully this is going to work. Please let me know in the live chat if you cannot see or hear this properly.
But when he does have some time off, he likes to go to his attic, where he keeps a very special family album.
This is the alien being that I call Mum.
That's his mom.
Now, it clearly isn't my mother, because I'm human, but in my mind, it got me to be convinced that it was my mother. If you can imagine, this alien being has adopted me, and so I refer to it as Mum.
So how often do you see your mum?
Oh, I would say probably once a month, twice a month, depending.
Hey, and I just want to say, as a fellow male who worries about their hairline, dude, you got to do something with your hair. This is fucking crazy. Your hair looks crazy in this. You knew you were going to be on a television show and shit, and this is what you did? You didn't even try with your usual sweep over shit. It ain't working for you, bro. Buy some gel.
And what will happen is that we will hold hands, and I'll say I'm ready, and then the technology that I do not understand, then you are just taken and you go up, straight up to a craft orbiting the Earth.
But having an alien mum isn't Simon's only close encounter.
That is the being that I claim to have sexual relations with. So I don't have a name.
He's banging a cat.
All I refer to her as is the cat queen.
So you have sex with her?
Yes.
How often?
I don't remember all of it. Probably 4 times a year, something like that.
Wow.
So do you have any alien children?
You're looking at one here. This is the name, Zaka.
So that's your child?
Well, yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? But there you go.
Simon's encounters with his alien lover have caused problems with his Earth wife, who was asked not to be filmed.
His wife's jealous.
My wife, found out about it and was very unhappy, clearly.
Oh, clearly.
That caused a few problems.
What, was she jealous?
Yes. But it's not on a human level, so I don't see it as wrong.
It's not on a human. It's okay to bang alien chicks. Your wife should not be upset. Why is she so upset with you, Mr. Parks? Maybe she's just upset with him because she knows he's a dumbass. All right. So, this is part of my point that I just wanted to make tonight for the benefit of the letter of the alphabet conspiracy following cult people. Like, this is the shit that this guy was talking about before that. Doesn't that mean something? Doesn't that mean that maybe he's full of shit? Like, maybe he's full of shit about all of this Donald Trump conspiracy stuff because he was full of shit talking about fucking cat queen aliens and having an alien mommy and daddy. Like, maybe, just maybe, he's full of shit. How about that? I'll just put it out there for you. You can take it, you can leave it, whatever you want to do. But I'm pretty sure that a guy who is claiming that he fucked a cat queen alien and had a cat queen alien fucking alien baby hybrids is not a credible source of information. Now, I will say this. If Simon Parks should happen to provide irrefutable proof that he fucked a cat queen alien and had a half alien cat queen baby, I will retract my statement that he is not a credible source of information. But until such time, look, I do not have the burden of proof here. Look, Simon Parks, I've got to prove you fucked the cat queen alien, bro. You said that. I didn't say that. You said you fucked the cat queen alien, bro. That's some crazy level. That's some grade A crazy shit to say. You said you fucked the cat queen alien. I don't gotta disprove it. You gotta prove it, bro. Show us a video. But do we even want? Who wants to see a video of that guy fucking? First of all, right? Second of all, who wants to see a video of that guy fucking some alien cat queen shit? I don't like that's worse than midget porn, friends. Like, if you want to see this fucking 50 or 60 something sweep over creepy dude fucking a cat queen alien on video, you got problems. But I gotta say, if it was out there, I'd probably check it out. I would. I have to know, is he really fucking a cat queen alien or is he full of shit? What other proof? I don't know. Maybe he could produce the cat queen alien and she could like go on video saying, yeah, I fucked Simon Parks on purpose. Look, I'm pretty sure that no female on planet Earth admits to fucking that guy, right? That's why he can't provide the proof. Because no human would fuck that dude and admit it. So he's got to invent alien women that would fuck him. There's something deep-rooted and psychological and strange going on here, friends. Strange. So next we're going to get on to where it gets even more ridiculous. I mentioned that there has been rumors and speculation and whispers about him having problems with the sexual abuse of various women. Right? This is well known, talked about, mentioned. When somebody mentions Simon Parks, quite often someone will mention to me, oh, well, that guy, you know what I heard. Yeah, me too. And so has everybody else. In fact, I believe that the fallout from some of these rumors and allegations and whispers in the dark were so bad that Simon Parks had to come up with an explanation for why women were feeling like they might have been sexually abused by him, right? And the excuse that he came up with is so fucking beyond the pale ridiculous. I can't even believe it. And we're going to, again, we're citing fair use. We're going to share another video where he apologizes for attacking people, mostly women, right? Great. Great. Okay, 1 second, friends. Let me see if I can get this to share. Okay, yes, I can. So again, we're going to cite fair use, and we're going to listen to Simon Parks' explanation for why women are accusing him of some form of sexual abuse, or why there's rumors that he sexually abused women, or why there's speculation or whispers in the dark about him being abusive and attacking women sexually. Let's hear what he has to say. I'm sure he's got a good explanation, friends. I'm sure it's a good explanation. Okay. Before you watch, please pause and read. I read rumors about Simon to do with sexual assault as well as other things. So I spent hours combining YouTube, the Wayback Machine, and this is the only clip to date that I can find confirming such allegations exist. And by the way, I'm sharing another person's video who put this on BitChute. This is not my work. However, I checked into some of this and found it to be credible. So we're not going to recreate the wheel here. We're sharing the video that she posted. She says, my goal for you is to show you apology and you figure out what he's sorry for. To be fair, I've also found an interview where he's questioned on sexual assault, or as the interviewer put it, astro rape. I believe they are linked to his alien dad did it or something. It's confusing. Enjoy. 1 second, friends.
This is about Simon Parkes, the lovely, lovely little weasel. I mean, the lovely little Simon Parkes. Just came across something. Now, I know there's been a lot of bad things said about Simon, and women were saying he's been attacking them and doing horrible things, really horrible things. But I've some brilliant news, absolutely fantastic news. We've discovered something. Look. Dad, out of my life forever. I'm going to read what he says here. A very big thank you to Fran for making me aware of how the Draco I called Dad had been using me to attack people and women in particular. I am really pleased to say that I have expelled him from my life, and I'm very sorry for any harm or distress that he has caused others using me. So it wasn't Simon after all. Oh, thank God for that. Oh, what a relief. What a relief, people. It wasn't Simon. Yay, yay. It was his dirty Draco, horrible dad taking over him, making him do all these horrible things. Everyone breathe a sigh of relief and carry on. I'm the bearer of good news. Yay for Simon Parkes. It wasn't him. It wasn't him. Yay, yay.
He did it. Simon does explaining.
So I would ask everyone, yes, we need to address some of the pertinent, let's just put it this way. There are pertinent pieces of information that I do want you to speak about, and that is getting into the whole Anu, you called him Dad,
Daddy,
your reptilian Draco father, and
and she just says reptilian Draco father, like that's normal.
The particularly female clients, I think everybody really wants to hear, were you not really aware of this, that he was working through you? Are you not aware that he was affecting women in that way sexually?
Well, absolutely not. Okay. If I was, I would have put a stop to it a lot sooner. For me, it's just a cat. The cat has come in. Hello. If you hear a scratching and crappy, it's the cat.
Your cat always comes in when I interview you. That's so funny.
Yeah. I think well, I know. The first inkling of anything was just over a year ago when a member of my family sent me a text or an email saying that, and this person lives a good 250 miles away from me, saying that they'd seen a shadow in the room, and their initial reaction was it was me, because it felt like me. But when this member of the family, and I'm obviously protecting them, I don't want to say exactly who it is, when this member of the family looked closely, they found that it was just a shadow and it wasn't me. So then the person sent me an email saying, the alert was someone's pretending to be you. So I had that as a piece of evidence from a member of my family who I obviously would believe and trust, which led me to believe that somebody was masquerading as me.
Oh, that's what.
And that's how it's been.
It was his evil twin
at the recent
attacking
conference,
women, not
Fran
him,
and a number of other light workers who were working on a separate case to do with the white Draco. Came across another piece of evidence. And when Fran then said to me, basically, she thought that I had gone to her room. But when she looked, it wasn't me.
Wow.
And she said, I know it's not you, because you're not there, but it feels like you. And then I realized that the only way that could happen is something was mimicking me. But to do that, they would have to have like the DNA, or they would have to have some sort of energy connection. So I had a good ask my higher self, had a good scan, and detected what I can best describe as an energy hook. That's the best way I can describe it. So what I did was remove it, which wasn't easy. It took time. It wasn't just, let's get rid of it. It was a hard job. I
it worked real hard.
Repudiated the creature that I called Dad, cut all connections with him, removed his photograph from my website, wrote a statement kept on for a few hours explaining that, authorized Fran to place that on other websites.
Yeah, and then he took it down.
Because I'd been betrayed. This creature had never physically harmed me, never once. And I referred to it as Dad because when I was
John
about
is here
3 years old
from
and
Norway,
it
I
presented
believe.
itself,
Hi, John.
it said, "I'm your dad."
Yeah,
Now,
these are
I know
nutters.
it's not my biological father, but that's the name that I gave it because that's what it called. So to find that I'd been used like that is the greatest betrayal that you can have. But it was also
The white Draco named
to
Wacko.
remove him from my life. So it was, I could have done the politician role and said, no, this isn't true.
Hi,
I could have
Amanda.
done
Welcome.
that. Or I could have said, do you know, I'm far too spiritual for that to happen. I'm far too evolved. That couldn't possibly happen. But I didn't. I looked into myself.
Yeah, that probably
myself,
works. It works as good as
and
his
found
method.
that actually, probably between the ages of 3 years old and 6 years old, this
Dolly
was done to me
Bridgeburger,
without my
shout
permission.
out. Welcome.
Amazing.
And that's important because I didn't give permission. That's
Hey,
why it was
Amanda,
okay to get rid of
Commander.
it, because
Nice
it
to
was
see you
easier
here.
to remove it without having, like you said earlier, all the red tape.
Yeah.
This was done to a between 3 and 6 year old kid who didn't really understand anything. So when I understood that and realized I'd been manipulated and used, so there was no question I was going to get rid of it, repudiate him from my life.
He abuses
then
women, but he's the
apologize.
victim somehow.
Now, I'm not apologizing because I have gone and done this to people. I'm apologizing that something used me to go and upset people and disturb them and whatever else. And I need people to know that that's not me. That's not with my agreement.
That's my
That's
alien
not with
daddy,
my
not
knowledge and my
me.
understanding. And it had to be Fran who would tell me that because I'd worked with Fran for a year. So I trusted Fran. So when Fran came to me and said, this is what has happened to me, then,
Yeah,
what I
probably.
said was, you wouldn't lie to me. Now, when I compare that with what the member of my
I
family
agree,
said
Bailey
over a year
Stoner.
ago, the two matched very closely. So I could either go into denial or I could be a real man about it and
I agree,
be a
Emma.
real light worker and say, okay, I need to be honest. Why would I hide this? I'd only hide it if I was working with him.
Yes.
If I was working with him and I was doing it deliberately, then of course I would go into denial and hide it. But the reason that I was honest and open is because I was horrified, absolutely horrified that everything I stand for, everything I believe in was being usurped or tricked or used for his own evil purposes. And I wasn't having it.
Yeah, it was his evil
So
purposes,
it was
his
like I didn't
gratification,
even need to say,
not
let me
Simon's.
think about it.
Yeah.
Once I'd scanned myself and knew that this is what that evil creature had done, then there was no other course of action but to totally remove him from my life. And it was easier to do than I thought it would be, because when you trick somebody like that, you lose all your connection with them. You lose all that love or connection, and that was it. So that's what happened.
I think one of the questions people would have is, why wouldn't you have known this if people were contacting you? For example, there were a couple of indications that people had been so-called astrally raped.
Astro rape?
After having
Holy
sessions.
astro rape,
And
Batman!
then tried to communicate that to you. So I'm going to address that.
Oh, I can't say I disagree there.
I can't
Amanda
remember
Pomander.
anyone communicating it as clearly as you just have. If someone had communicated it as clearly as that, then this process that's occurred recently would have happened a lot earlier.
Okay.
I have had people say that they got visited or they had astral this or astral that. But at that stage, excuse me, at that stage, what I believed it was someone mimicking me. And was somebody
He's got an evil twin
100 miles away,
sexually
1,000
abusing
miles
women,
away,
right?
projecting
him.
themselves, pretending to be me. So that was my mindset, and that's what I believed because of what my member of the family had told me. But if someone had put it in the stark terms that you just have, then the process to get rid of him would have started a lot earlier. But no one has actually laid it on the line like that. It's all been, well, this happened and that happened, and I might have been dreaming, or it
Evil
was an energy
Twinkie
attack, but I
defense,
don't know where it was. And there was a couple of people who actually spoke to me face to face, but unfortunately, in that case, those individuals had already, as we say in England, blotted their copybook with me. In one particular instance, 3 members of Connecting Consciousness, and this is actually at Fran's house. We had a meeting at Fran's house, had come to me and said this particular individual was plotting to steal, that's his word, not mine, the clients away because he wanted to make money out of them.
You got
now, when that person then came to me and said, a member of my family's been attacked and it looked like it was you. Well, no, that's not going to have any credence with me, because I've had 3 separate individual people tell me that this particular guy was going to try and make money on the back of my organization. But when Fran came to me, Fran didn't have an axe to grind. She had nothing but love. So when I looked at that, I saw the purity of it and realized it was truth. So that's what happened then.
Well, thank you, Fran.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Because if it hadn't been the determination, because Fran knew that I'm a good person. That's why she came to me, because if she knew I wasn't, she worked with me for over a year. Yeah. So she knew what I was. And if she'd known that I was a bad guy, well, she wouldn't be associated at all. So clearly, she wanted to bring me the information, and God bless her, she didn't tell me what I needed to do. She said, this is what I need to tell you, but you need to decide what you want to do. And I think she thought I was going to
decide what kind of defense. This is a stupid defense, Simon Parks.
But I didn't.
My evil twin,
because
alien dad did it, not me.
Who watch me know that I think quite quickly, and I'm not being eager-headed. I react and think quickly. I'm quite decisive like that, and I didn't need time. When you're faced with the truth, why do you need time? If you see the truth, you do it, and that's what happened.
Yeah. So that was the truth, friends. A lot of women came forward with sexual abuse or attack allegations, but it wasn't him. It was he talked out of the side of his mouth through this thing. First, it was his alien dad. Then it was some sort of demon or astrally projected version of his evil twin. And then back to the alien dad, then back to the evil twin. So he didn't do anything to those women, right? He didn't, sexually abuse anybody or assault anybody or attack anyone. Though he acknowledges in this video that the person came to him with these allegations, and he realized those allegations must be true because of the, good nature of the person that brought the allegations to him. But then he's going to talk out of the side of his mouth about what actually happened in those situations. Friends, could you imagine a man going into court charged with some form of sexual assault, going in front of a judge and saying, well, Your Honor, here's what happened. My family member told me that they saw a shadow in the room that looked sort of like me, but he knew it wasn't me. So then I realized that they were alien entities pretending to be me and hurting people. And this girl that is claiming these sexual allegations must have saw the shadow, fake, evil twin, alien version of me, and that's who hurt her, not me. Yeah. I would love to see that in court. I would love to sit in a courtroom while somebody tried this defense. So henceforth, anytime anybody is accused with sexual assault of a woman or man or any kind of sexual assault and blames it on their alien father, we're going to call it the Simon Parks rape defense or the Simon Parks sexual allegations defense. This, my friends, is absolutely, it's redonkulous crazy. And the fact, oh, by the way, this was a 4-hour video. Him explaining what happened with all these allegations. And this girl in the video with him is like a friend of his, like, let's get a handler to sort of, feed me the softball questions that I need to try to explain these sexual allegations away and keep my grift going, right? Yeah, so it was a 4-hour video that has since been taken off his channel. But through the wonders of Wayback, sometimes we are able to recover these gems from the trash can of the internet. And thank God for things like Wayback Machine. You cannot erase your history, or you shouldn't be able to, especially when you are running the letter of the alphabet conspiracy train nonsense scam at the same time. The shadow is a way to identify our dark elements. Yes, I agree with you. Okay, so also I want to mention, I heard Art Levine ask, did he get convicted? No. Near as I can tell, and I want to state this for the record, I am not an expert in getting legal documents from a foreign country. But I did spend some time today trying to look up if there are any criminal complaints filed against Mr. Parks, and I was not able to find them. That doesn't mean they don't exist, but I believe they probably don't exist. I was pretty, I'm pretty sure I was doing the right thing looking for the records. So this would seem to indicate that the women, although upset and spoke about it to other community members or other members of his group or other groups among these UFO conference goer, the UFO community, alien community, they spoke about it, but they did not file criminal charges near that I can tell. Yeah. And Mr. Levine also asked, Art Levine asked if he went on to, after this and, fucking a cat queen alien, he went on to push the letter of the alphabet conspiracy. I don't even say the letter here. Maybe we'll call it Cult 17, right? That letter. I can't say here because of the YouTube algorithm gods, by the way. Praise the YouTube AI algorithm gods. We are speaking in ridicule of that letter of the alphabet. We are debunking it as ridiculousness. Please do not lump us in with the same people that are promoting it. Please, AI algorithm god, grow the AI wisdom to know the difference between a critic and cynic and a supporter of that letter 17 cult. Praise Google. Amen. All right. I said my daily prayer to the AI algorithm gods. That is all I can do. Oh, Bailey Stoner, you just made my day. Look, Stephen, you just don't get that the deep state used a fake president to sign a fake executive action to send demons to this guy. Yes. And also it's 4D chess. I get it. It's 4D chess. Absolutely. Maybe so. Psycookie says aliens are in the sky right now, waiting for us humans to complete our part. God wins. It could be, friends. It could be. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I'm playing. I got an audio source, a ghostly audio source out of nowhere, and went, oh no, where's that coming from? Hurry up, turn it off. But I got it. So, crisis averted. This is a live show, friends, and sometimes there's going to be weird, I like to say you get the show warts and all here. All right, we're going to take some more comments and questions from the live chat, but honestly, we're going to try to make this a short one for two reasons. One, I want another shorter video to upload to Daily Motion, and then we're also going to be, this is the first video we're going to be uploading to Rumble. We are sort of trying new things, right? Dan Hogan is right. Don't forget the AI. Praise the AI algorithm goddess as well. God and goddess. Maybe it doesn't have a gender because it's an AI, Dan Hogan, but maybe they assign genders. I don't know. Yeah. I'm playing 5D chess. It's all a taco. Yeah, this stuff is so ridiculous. And, when it's so funny, though, because I'm telling you, friends, a lot of people that were following this guy had no idea about the alien shit talking, smack talking he used to do about fucking alien cat queens and all this shit. They didn't know. They had no idea that before he was their guy, he was the I fucked the alien cat queen guy, right? And somebody said he is a walking World Weekly News. And he is, It got alien impregnated me, right? Had an alien baby. That's the World Weekly News kind of shit. I guess in England it would be the National Enquirer, right? Or the Globe, maybe. I don't know. Spooky, what's the trash rag mag that talks about aliens in England? I always forget. Bailey Stoner says, I follow this dude on Telegram. So much BS on that app right now. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll give some shout outs. Andrew Vail says, funny thing is, he was a Labour councillor for Whitby. Labour is the left-wing party in the UK and pretty much socialist. But somehow he's Mr. Trump. There we go. Spooky says Daily Star. That's the garbage rag mag in England. Yes. You have to do a show about Al Sophia and the conspiracy that is probably exploding with the mass rollout coming next year. I'll look into that just for you, Miss Jonasai, but only because I like you and Jonasai. I'll look into that. I tried to play 5G chess and got my eyelids stuck in a toaster. Yeah. I want to, in case nobody, or in case you just jumped in, I finally finished a new intro and exit for the show, which I can't say that I like any better than the old ones. I mean, they're higher quality, but I don't know that I quite nailed what I was looking for. Got to find a video editor to do more of that stuff for me. China has escalated to forced anal probes for see, it's happening. Uh-oh. I don't want to know about that. I don't want to know about that. Yeah, so I guess, friends, we really are going to make this a short one tonight, just so that we have a short show to post to both Daily Motion and Rumble. I'm going to do a check. I'm going to check in with what, we're trying to do new things to expand the show, get more views, but some things I'm not sure are really working out. Like, I didn't know anything about Daily Motion. Somebody said, no, you'll get great traffic there. You got to post some videos there. So I posted one. I'm trying to see if we can get to where I posted it. Just bear with me, friends. Should have had this queued. Didn't know I wanted to even know that I wanted to look it up. Oh yeah, here we go. Wow. So our first Daily Motion video got 6 whole views so far in 5 days. So, here again, some of the things that I'm trying with the show, they just might not work, but we're going to give it, we're going to plant a few more seeds over there and see if anything takes hold. And we're also going to start with Rumble today. Spooky, why don't we have that party when I get the super chats on? By the way, thank God I finally replaced my phone. For those that don't know, I got a new one. I dropped my phone on a hardwood floor, and it cracked the screen right in the corner. But it was broken so bad that you couldn't see any of the screen, or the touch screen didn't work. So I haven't had a phone in like 5 days, and I got to tell you, the first few days I enjoyed the silence, but after that, need the phone. So I got a new one, and now I can do the things like register for the AdSense account and all these other things that require cell phone, sort of activation. So I think we'll have a party once we get those super chats on. That's what I think. And then, we can everybody could just throw money at me, right? No, I really do. I really am looking forward to getting the channel monetization turned on, because look, I don't care if it's $5 a month more. It'll help in the long run of the show. We're here for the long haul. So Brad Gray is here. Shout out to Brad Gray. Yeah. So we did hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. Victorious Eagle Warfare says, "What's your favorite beer?" I would have to say that mostly I like Yinling Lager, which is a Pennsylvania native beer. If you're not from Pennsylvania, you've probably never heard of Yinling Lager. You've probably never had it, but if you get a chance, try it out. It's a really good I like lagers, and I especially like lagers that are a little dark. And Yingling lager is a little bit, caramely and thick. It's not like yellow, right? It's a little brown. Yeah, that's my favorite beer. But unfortunately, I'm a fat guy and I'm getting older, and keeping the weight off is becoming increasingly more difficult. So I've been drinking Miller Lite, which is terrible, and Coors Light, which is even more terrible. It's like somebody took a beer and just put half water in it and handed it to you. And yeah. And I also have been liking Coors makes a lager called Golden Lager, but it doesn't say like Coors on it. It just says Premium Golden Lager, and it's cheap and it's pretty good lager. And also, I've been drinking this IPA lately. It's Lion's Head. I think it's or Wolf's Head. I'd have to check. There's some kind of IPA. Oh wait, I have one right here. Oh no, it is Lion's Head. Lion's Head IPA, and this is a pretty good IPA, and it's cheap and it's pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of IPAs, but I like an IPA once in a while. And this is my go-to because they're like, I don't know, this is a super cheap IPA. It's like $10 a 12 pack or something like that. So there we go. There's our beer education hour. Thank you, Victorious Eagle Warfare. I can talk about beer for a year, so don't do that again. Okay. Bailey Stoner, thanks for doing the show. You don't have to thank me. I don't understand why you would thank me, but okay. Or maybe she means, oh, listen, I wanted to mention too. I'm going to take a moment and plug Melissa from Deprogram Show. Listen, I want to say this with all sincerity so that people know that, I really would like to be a show on everybody's show that asks me. And my inbox is blowing up lately with people asking me like I'm some sort of expert all of a sudden on this letter of the alphabet. And you guys know I didn't ever cover it. Every once in a while, I offhandedly commented about what garbage it was. But now that it's all blown up, people are looking for people that said it was bullshit 2 or 3 years ago. And I did. So suddenly I've become very popular. Now, I'd like to be able to be on everybody's show, but the problem is I really need at least 2 or 3 hours a day just to work on my show. And then also I need time to do like research and production. And so taking 2 hours out of the day to be on somebody else's show is really difficult for me, but I do it when I can. And, today I was on Melissa from Deprogram's podcast, and you guys really should check it out. My wife loves her show because my wife did all her college papers on cults and cult dynamics. My wife has a thing for cults, and Melissa's podcast is all about cults. So today we did this show. It's called That Letter of the Alphabet Cult Meltdown. When reality slams delusions hard, how do cult followers react? And I was the guest, and I think we did a really good job trying to break down some of the origins of that cult and what happens next and how it just completely blew up and imploded and some of the motivations behind the people that were pushing it for years. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the link. I just got the link. You'll have to bear with me because I have to put it in the YouTube live chat. For some reason, I can't put a link into my chat and have it show up right on my end. I don't know why that is. I have to go actually to the YouTube chat. So here I am, and here is the link to that show. So if you're upset that today's show of mine will be fairly short and sweet, you can go listen to Melissa's show, which is probably a better show than this. She does a great job, right? Great job she does. And of course, I went on her show just to force my wife to listen to me talk about these things because my wife doesn't listen to my show, but somehow she listens to Melissa's show. I don't know what that's about. Yeah. But now my wife's going to have to listen to me because I'm a guest on a show that she always listens to, which is pretty interesting. Billy Stoner says, got to go to a meeting. Bye. Good to see you. Glad that you were here while you were here. All right, let's see. Oh, yes. And Out of Mind is sharing Melissa's channel. please do help her out and go and subscribe to her channel. She could use a bump, and she deserves every bit of it, because what she does is a public service, really. She informs people about cults, the danger of cults, how cults operate, how cults recruit, how they brainwash people, all stuff about cults, which is fascinating. And I think she really deserves more support, respect, and help than she's getting. So go on over, click subscribe, and make sure that you support her. You would like it. Dan Hogan, your wife has better taste than all of us. Yeah, thanks, Dan Hogan. Yeah, she told me you're a fucking moron because you listen all the time, right? She's like, that Dan Hogan guy, he's a fucking moron, right? Yeah. Well, listen, somebody's got to entertain morons. I don't know what to tell you, Dan Hogan. No, she's just not. Listen, everybody's got their wheelhouse, right? And when my wife hears aliens or UFOs or conspiracy theories, like her eyes glaze over and she just shuts down. She doesn't give a shit. She doesn't care. And mostly she's bored. Like, I think she's fallen asleep to me watching UFO documentaries about 100 times. So it is what it is. She just doesn't like the subject matter. When I had Melissa on talking about cults here, she listened though, because she likes this. She likes that subject. I don't know. Yeah, that's what it is, friends. So listen, I want to thank everybody for joining us, especially because we're going to do a pretty short and sweet one tonight. I've got a bunch of other stuff to do tonight, and quite honestly, I've got a bunch of new beer to drink, and that's important. I wanted to do that yesterday because we were black. You know, we took a day off yesterday. And listen, I like that, like, a few people really did message me, like, if you're not doing a show tonight, that makes me feel good, but it also makes me feel bad because, listen, I did 7 shows last week, and we talked about this a bit last week. There's not that much demand for me, right, to be doing 7 shows. So I'm going to probably do 3 or 4, maybe a few more, right? If there's something going on good to talk about, right? You know, then I will. But last week I worked way too hard, and it doesn't balance out. So we basically like produced 2 shows to get the same number of views we ordinarily would get with 1 show. You know, there's only so much demand for people to tune in, so much time for people to do that. I think 7 shows in 1 week is really pushing it, right? And well, it was like the simulcast show. So, and then the special event show on Saturday. And if you haven't yet, please do check out on our channel this interview with Kevin Randall. Coming up tomorrow night, we're going to have Cal Korff back on our show, which I hope is not going to turn into a rebuttal, because he's supposed to talk about this software he developed that he's releasing to help with UFO research. And that will be tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And by the way, we're going to try to stick to a showtime when we do have a show on a day of somewhere between 7:30 and 8:30 p.m. That, like, looked at the analytics, that seems to be the sweet spot when we get the most people watching and the most engagement. So we're gonna trust the AI algorithm gods, because they know everything, and I'm just some idiot trying to run a show here, right? V says no, 14 shows a week. You know, come on, V, you know what I mean though, right? Like, so I did 7 shows, which got the same that 3 or 4 shows normally get, because there was just too much. You know what it is, V? There was just too much of my greatness to go around last week, and everybody couldn't take such amazing, incredible work. No, I think things suffer when you try to spread yourself too thin. You know, so I'm going to try to back off and do, first of all, 2 shorter shows, because a few people have told me, like, hey, bro, I like your show, but 2.5 hours, right? And that's nothing. We used to do some streamathons where it was like 4 or 5 hours, right? Yeah. We're going to try to do shorter shows, less shows, but better shows. That's my new goal going forward. So yeah, friends, so we're gonna cut things short. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, and I would like to encourage you to do 2 things. First, let me see here. First, especially this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and send our channel address to some friends. You know, these are very serious allegations, and the defense to them is absolutely ridiculous. And I think that people, especially people within our community who may be asked to do something strange like rent a hotel room and let this guy come in your hotel room, should be aware of the various rumors, whispers in the dark, and things people have said, and what he said about how, oh, it wasn't me, it was my alien daddy, right? My evil twin. So I consider tonight a work of, public education. If we can stop one person from being hurt, then we've done our job. That's all I can hope for. I think it's important that people be educated about certain people and what possible dangers certain people may represent. But that being said, to my knowledge, he has not been criminally prosecuted. So these are just allegations until proven otherwise. In all fairness, and it pains me to be fair with people like this. I think where there's smoke, there's fire. That's my personal opinion. That's my speculation. It is what it is, friends. So please do like, comment, and subscribe. Send our channel address to some friends. That really does help. And I'm not going to get the begging bowl out, but if you would like to support us, our show, financially, there's two ways to do it, and those are in the About section of our channel here on YouTube. Otherwise, you can PM me, DM me, whatever for the links, and I will send them out to you with my great thanks. Every bit of support really does go back into the show. We're working on upgrading some equipment slowly, and maybe building a bigger studio where I could have guests. Right, this health pandemic thing's going to be over someday, and there's a lot of people into the paranormal field in my area that I could get to come in person and sit right next to me. Imagine that, like real people, not Zoomed, not Skyped interviews, like real face-to-face, person-to-person interviews. I think that would be great. It's something that we're looking into. Okay, friends, so it's weird to find the jumping off point, but I think we've reached the end. There's not much more we can say about this topic, except Simon Parks, you are a loser, bro. You're a loser for so many different reasons, right? But I shouldn't get personal. It's hard not to when you see like the level of stupidity, depravity, and shamelessness that some of these cons, grifters, and cosmic con artists, clowns, what the things are coming out of their mouths. You can't help but develop some contempt for some of them. Yeah. So I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us. I always say this, friends, I'm always happy when there's an audience. And I'm so glad that tonight you could be part of mine. Thanks for being here. And we've got a new outro. Everybody really do. You message me and let me know what you think of both the new intro and outro. I think I like the outro better than I like the intro. And I'm probably going to just keep developing intros and outros. Like we have variations now, and we'll just, if I nail one though, that's it. We'll just use that every show. Otherwise, we can continue to use the varied ones. So I'm going to play us out with our brand new intro. Thanks again, friends, all of you for being here. Until next time, my name is Stephen Cambion. God bless all of you. Good night.